Russia covers a huge area, and large parts of the country have extreme climatic conditions, as we saw in the last episode on Russia. But what about the economy? The current map shows the gross domestic product per capita in euros for the various subjects of the Russian Federation. Wealth is obviously very unevenly distributed, and the disparity between different parts of the country is sometimes extreme. The poorest regions of the country are located primarily in southern Siberia and the North Caucasus. Some of these are areas where ethnic minorities in particular live. On the other hand, it is clear to see that, in addition to the cities of Moscow and St. Petersburg, subjects in the north in particular are among the richest regions in Russia. Why is that? The main reason for this is Russia's wealth of raw materials. The country has the world's largest natural gas reserves and is therefore also the largest exporter of natural gas, previously to Europe in particular, but now increasingly to China. There are also large oil reserves. The most important deposits of natural gas and crude oil are in Western Siberia, the Urals region, the Barents Sea, and the Sakhalin. The natural gas and oil sector accounts for around a third of the Russian state's income. Russia also has large deposits of coal, gold, and numerous other natural resources such as platinum, silver, copper, nickel, and uranium. For these reasons, Russia is considered an energy superpower, but at the same time, its economy is dependent on the export of raw materials and commodity prices. Russia's major industrial centers are the cities of Moscow, St. Petersburg, Nizhny Novgorod, Samara, and the surrounding area, Yekaterinburg, and the eastern Ural region, as well as Novosibirsk and the Kuznetsk Basin, also known as the Kuzbas. In addition to the extractions of raw materials, Russian industry also produces machinery, vehicles, rail vehicles, ships, and aircraft. The aviation group OK is of great importance, as well as electronics and food. Space travel also plays a certain role, and of course, the defense industry. Russia's military-industrial complex is the second largest in the world after the USA. Overall, industry accounts for just over a quarter of economic output. Russia has the third largest agricultural area in the world after India and the USA. Due to the extreme climatic conditions in Siberia, a large part of this area is located in the European part of Russia, which has very fertile soils, particularly in the south. Russia was long regarded as the breadbasket of Europe. Today, the country is the world's largest exporter of wheat. Other important agricultural products are barley, buckwheat, sugar beet, sunflowers, and potatoes. Russia also has a very large fishing fleet. Products include fresh fish, canned fish, and probably one of the best-known Russian products, caviar. Services now account for around 2/3 of GDP. These include retail, telecommunications, transportation and logistics, banking and insurance, the IT sector, including the Russian search engine Yandex and the social network VK, and tourism. The capital Moscow, where most banks and companies have their headquarters, is of significant importance as a service center. Key tourist destinations are Moscow and St. Petersburg, the so-called Golden Ring in the north of Moscow, cruises on the Volga, Lake Baikal, and finally, beach tourism in Sochi and along the Black Sea coast. In order to function, the economy of a country of this size naturally needs transportation routes. Cars and the transportation of goods by road are becoming increasingly important. The Russian highway and trunk road network covers over 600,000 kilometers. The railroad is also an important means of transportation, both in suburban traffic in the metropolitan areas and over long distances. The route of the Trans-Siberian Railway, which runs from Moscow to Vladivostok on the Pacific Ocean, is particularly noteworthy. A journey on the world's longest railroad line at over 9,200 kilometers takes around 6 days. Trains from Moscow to the Chinese capital Beijing take around the same amount of time. Air travel has also become an increasingly popular means of transportation in recent decades. The 3 Moscow airports, Sheremetyevo, Domodedovo, and Vnukovo, are particularly important for passenger traffic. St. Petersburg, Sochi as a tourist destination, and Novosibirsk are also important. Finally, we come to Russia's most important container ports. These are Novorossiysk on the Black Sea, Ust-Luga on the Baltic Sea near St. Petersburg, and the port of Nakhodka on the Sea of Japan. This concludes the brief overview of Russia's economy. Thanks for watching. Until next time.